Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another recording of LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. And we are about to complete another part of the saga in Episode 4, A New Hope, the Rebel Attack. So let's hop into it, see what it is. So, Episode 4 has felt very good as far as the LEGO levels. We haven't had a flying around level. This might be a flying around level, but even if it is, unless it's a pretty bad one, I doubt it's not going to bring down the episode 4 from being my new favorite. It feels like the cutscenes they spent more time and effort on them. There's some more comedic sounds to the cutscenes. There's some more comedic movements and actions to the cutscenes. I'm following the story a little bit better, although it's still really not laying out the story very much, particularly if you're not reading the scroll at the beginning of each level like I am, and am actually not reading them because I'm sitting here talking. But yeah, episode 4 just feels like they spent more effort on it. So we're gonna attack the Death Star by doing that maneuver. And so this happens in New Hope. You would have thought this happened like in the 6th movie, not the 4th one. But I guess if this happens at the end of episode 4, what happens in episode 5? I guess they kind of get away from the flying around. So it is a flying around level, but I don't think this one's that bad. We get the bomb, we blow it up, the shield generator, and we can reach our goal. I don't want to go too fast through this level. I'm going to fly around and see if I can get true Jedi, see if I can find all the little collectibles. This could go by pretty fast if you're not too careful. These little spin things now will interact with your, with you shooting them. So you have to shoot it and to bring up the model kit. And when you shoot it to get the model kit, then you have to shoot the model kit. It's kind of a mess, right? See? Spin it once. Turn around. Spin it again. So the model kit is up. Just shoot the model kit. Nope. You have to shoot it. Can't throw a bomb at it. So that was quite a lot of work to get that model kit. A lot more work than it should have been, actually. There's a few little spots here on the ground where you can shoot things up. So this is the trench run. Here's our infinite supply of torpedoes if we need more of those. Gotta find all the blue things. It was one blue thing the first time, now it's 4. There was a model kit hidden behind that wall. Mini kit, not a model kit. Model kits are something different. They have nothing to do really with Star Wars. Although I bet there are some Star Wars model kits out there. Here's a section we just cannot reach until we have a bad guy ship. So we hit those 4, and that means the shield's down so I can shoot through here. Now the scene changes. It really didn't need to change like that, but that was obviously because it was loading a new section for This game is still very much optimized to run like an Xbox 360. I believe there was even like Nintendo DS versions of this game, so it loads some things that really don't need to be loaded. That is one of the things that is great about the potential of engines like Unreal Engine 4 or similar ones to that. Maybe even Unity. I don't know if either one of those is accurate for what I'm about to say, but in theory, future engines are going to be able to tell how much RAM a system has, and it will just be always loading the next part or the last part, and unloading the last part of games, so that if you play a game that's 10 years old from now, in theory, hopefully, the game would run even better, because a computer 10 years from now would be a better computer. It would have more memory and more capabilities. And that concept of games getting better with age is a concept I am hopeful for. Unfortunately, for most games that are out now, that is just not the case. You can get a faster hard drive and lower the loading speeds, but you can't usually completely eliminate it. Or I believe the Talos Principle, one of the games I've covered, has that ability, and I had to disable it when I was playing games on my laptop, which was so underpowered. But now on my new PC that I'm using now, will eventually go back and play the Talos Principle and have that enabled and have a much better experience for a lot of reasons. Alright, that got that shield down. So now we are to this point. So, why would the Death Star have trenches? I assume what the trenches were either they had to have them for some kind of structural reason, or the Death Star just wasn't finished. And if the Death Star wasn't finished, then why are there like enemies coming out of portholes and such? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Shoot this one. There we go, number 5. So there are 8 things now I have to hit. Unfortunately, these bombs will not target anything unless the object's on screen. 1, 2, 3. That one. Get it. Get it. There we go. Shield should be down. That took it a while to go down. And now we're through, technically. So that's number 6. We still haven't seen the red square. Darth Vader. Follow me. They just leave their guns on the floor. So, we have to start here. And there's that red thing. And we are being chased by Darth Vader. And if we turn around, they will just turn around and follow us the whole time. I don't think they're gonna actually hit me though. So I'm just going down this way. Well, something hit me. I guess I could come back and see if there's anything we missed. Doesn't look like there is. So next section. I guess they can hit me. I guess I do need to dodge them a little bit. Alright. By putting the cutscenes in here, in between sections, it is a great way to tell the story without loading us into a new level and having us play through a story. Since Star Wars is a movie, I think you kind of need that you need to be told the story even though you're playing it. So this is like right here. Ah, it's just hidden back there. Good thing I have that power brick detector unlocked and enabled, or I would have never found that. So they obviously know this exhaust port is not a good place for bad people to be at, your enemies to be at. With all that security. Let's go ahead and see if we can do this. We're going the wrong direction. Fly away from it, turn around, fly towards it. Oh, come on! That's annoying. Hit that green section. There we go, got it. That's a lot of work. And now that that's open, I just hit it with a bomb. And boom! Woohoo, we did it! You know what just occurred to me is that both Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine are kind of old at this point. If Luke is supposed to be like a 16-year-old kid, and we saw Darth Vader turn into Darth Vader, spoiler alert, when he was around 20, you're talking 36, 40s, somewhere around there. Score times 2. Exactly what we needed. Perfect, perfect red brick. And we get it right when we needed it. So now getting true Jedi is not going to be an issue of probably at all. It's highly unlikely that I'll go through any level and not get true Jedi. Although there are still probably a few levels where I might actually struggle. But that's alright because there's a score times 4 and there's a score times 6 and there's a score times 8 and there's a score times 10. And they can all be turned on and they can all work together. So now we have taken that next major step into getting all the collectibles. Once you can collect all of the studs, that's an interesting outfit. I'm not sure I've seen Luke ever wear that outfit, but whatever. But like, now that we can double our tokens, we'll have enough to be able to use those studs to unlock characters and unlock other power bricks. And the only thing we're looking for now that are really important is we want the other score times. Score times 4, 6, 8, 10. We definitely want to keep an eye out for that. And we want the mini-kit detector. Once we have the mini-kit detector, playing in free play mode is going to be a lot easier. We should be able to get all the collectibles that are left in every level with that. The only other issue is we need a bounty hunter to play as in free play mode, and I think that's it. We just need a bounty hunter, and I imagine we will get a bounty hunter in the next episode, as in not the next recording, but episode 5, because I think that's when Boba Fett shows up, and after we beat Boba Fett, I think we unlock him as a character. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we don't unlock any bounty hunters until we play the entire, all 6 episodes. If that's the case, then, well, then it will be a little bit longer. It really doesn't matter either way, as long as we at some point get a bounty hunter before we are done with playing all of the game in story mode. It's been quite a time now. We'll go back and just see what it says on my save game, which is wrong as far as how many hours I've been playing this game. But it's been a while. I'd put us somewhere around 4-5 hours of gameplay. Seems about right. My save game will probably say a little bit more than that, because I have a tendency to pause the game and then not come back for several hours, or potentially pause the game and go to sleep and wake up 8 to 12 hours later. We're getting different endings each time as far as the credits, and I imagine the credits might even be slightly different. If I was really smart and had a photographic memory or something, I'd be reading every person that worked on each part of the game and to see if it was the same people each time. It probably isn't. There's probably a little bit of a difference. Particularly in between the changeover from the original series and the prequel series. And using phrases like original series and prequel series is only going to get more confused when episodes 7, 8, and 9 come out. What are you going to call those? Are you going to just call those the Disney series? Because Disney will be making that? That works as long as Disney only makes 7, 8, 9, but if then they turn around and decide they're going to make a 10, 11, and a 12, well, then the Disney series would be pretty long. I guess it still kind of doesn't matter, as long as there's no reboot. Which brings about an interesting thought. Could you just reboot Star Wars? They tried it with Star Trek and they had a small amount of success with that, but not a lot. 1, maybe 2, depending on who you're talking about movies, wasn't a huge success for the Star Trek series. But you could redo everything so much better these days. You could do graphics that George Lucas at the time would have only been dreaming of. But inherently, I'm not a big fan of reboots, and I think you would get more super fans of Star Wars upset at you if you rebooted the series than it would ever be worth it. It would be much better that you just do your own new stories, and even if the new stories are very reminiscent or downright complete rip-offs of the original, of the old stories. In a lot of ways, this Lego Star Wars is a remake of Star Wars. It's not a reboot per se, because it's intentionally following the story as much as possible. A reboot would go in different directions completely, and I think that would irritate a lot of people. Actually, it would be a very bold move. It would be very, very bold. And we have our very special thanks to George Lucas. And then all of these little things at the end, legalese stuff, which is silly. I've noticed some games do that. It seems weird. You don't really need to do that. Anywho, so we unlock Super Story Mode, character bonus, and mini kit bonus. Did we get a full mini kit built in episode 4? Or do we just now get mini kit bonuses now? Because we didn't have that before. Or is the mini kit bonus now unlocked here? Yeah, it is. So I guess you just had to build one mini kit throughout the entire game, and that was enough to unlock the mini kit bonus for all the levels. So let's come over here. It says I've been playing 9 hours. I think 6 hours at the most is probably a little bit more accurate. But it does, I'm definitely feeling it. I am definitely feeling it. Don't really need to get super stud, but I want to 2x here. Power brick. Oh. Score times 2. It is 1,250,000. So what is this times 2? Well, that leaves us in a strange spot. We still need to get 500,000 before we can get store 2 times 2. And there's nothing that is going to encourage me to spend any of that money. As far as characters we could unlock, now that we finished episode 4, there's a lot. Here's Jango Fett, actually. So I could unlock Jango Fett right now. I just swore up and down I wasn't going to spend any currency, and I'm thinking I'm going to spend some currency. We'll get Jango Fett. And let's see, we can get Stormtroopers and Imperial Spies, Imperial Officers. Can we get Darth Vader? Is the question. Because if we can get Darth Vader, then that would be a Sith that would be able to, we'd be able to use. But I don't think we can. Unless he's way down the list here. There's still a lot of things to unlock. We could get some more speedsters. We might need to eventually, but I don't think right now we need that. We don't need hints. We could unlock more hints for 100, and no reason to do that right now. And we could buy gold bricks, which get more and more expensive each time. Right now we're up to gold brick number 10. By the time we're done with the story mode, I bet we can get all of the gold bricks. Let's see, how many are there? 14? So that's how they sit there and explain, and that's how they balance it out. So there's six of them. I missed 2 clips in episode 1 somehow. They must be joke clips. I got all of episode 2 and 3, but I missed 2 in episode 3. Interesting. So there's some clips to get. So if I could find the guy I just bought and switch places with him, then I should be able maybe to get into the else. So we've got number 2 now we can build. Let's see what this level was. Anakin's flight. Anakin's flight. As the battle from Naboo planet's surface is a desperate assault has been launched on the Trade Federation from ships above. Anakin Skywalker, blah blah blah, headed for the droid control ship. Alright, let's see what level this is. Yeah, this level was just taken out completely. We didn't play a level like this. Let's see, what is the reason, I wonder, for it to have been taken out? Probably they just didn't need it. Probably, I mean, it's really just flying on the outside of this ship. But I'm not having I'm not dying every 5 seconds. That has to say something. If I had infinite torpedoes, this would be a little bit easier. I think I'm seeing a problem here. The problem is that there's only one place to get torpedoes on this level. And you need to use it multiple times. So yeah, I can see why this would be left out. It's not as bad as some of the other levels. It's just still just not very good. It's a little simplistic. It's a little samey. A lot of stuff here doesn't need to really be shot. So if you try to go in the middle there, it doesn't allow you to. So effectively, even playing pretty well, I ended up going around this big ring twice. Did this happen in the movie series? Did he fly through this and fight like this? So anyways, we go down here, and then we end up down this. And remember, because this is a taken out section they took out, there's no red power bricks, no true Jedi, nothing like that is gonna get on that. I managed to get lucky there and open that doorway. I don't really have to play very thoroughly. So I imagine this level has to have been episode 1. An episode 1 level, so why it required so many gold bricks to unlock it is a little confusing. I would have thought they would have wanted to show this as soon as they were done showing the other one. Oh, there's something I have to shoot, I guess. Really? I have no idea what I'm doing. I thought I had opened the... So there would be a mini kit right there, but it won't be here. It will be just a pile of studs. See? Just a pile of studs, which, again, no true Jedi, no gold things. I need a bomb. There's a bomb. Get that over there. See, that doesn't make sense that it would be, that the switches would be that far away from each other. That's just not good video game design. Just downright simple, just bad video game design. And now we are in some kind of shielded engine room. And pretty simply, I took out the shields. There we go, 3 of those. I think that will... I'll put the shield back up. Oh, now the dividing room. This is like an actual video game. Wow. Now I see why this level wasn't included. It's too difficult for their target demographic. This is too video gamey for Lego games. They are very much designed for people that wouldn't be able to stay in line with all of that. So I've got to follow this shield. At least for once, I'm actually going to be able to beat one of these extra levels. Now, this is a level you have as an extra in a game. This is like, oh yeah, it's playable. You can kind of see why it wasn't included, because it's kind of long, it's kind of a strange boss battle, but it's playable, and it doesn't have you sit there and die the whole time. Did I get them all? Yes, I did. Oopsie. So I guess that was supposed to mimic the explosion of the Death Star. So it kind of makes sense why that was there. Wait, I did get a gold brick from that. Oh no. Oh no. And I got a ship from that too. Oh no, this is horrible. That means some point off screen I'm gonna have to actually play the other levels. Oh. So yeah, off screen I'm gonna play all the other levels to get those gold bricks. Oh. And it's gonna be miserable for those terrible, terrible, terrible things. yeah, there's a gold brick there. And that means I gotta play the pod racer originally, which is awful. The gunship cavalry originally, which is awful. We have A New Hope. Let's see what that is just quickly. And Lego City, which Lego City isn't awful, it's just way too long. So we're going long this episode. So I imagine this is just the first chapter of A New Hope and done in a slightly different way. Or maybe not. Maybe it will just be a completely different story. A completely different level that was going to be included and wasn't. Well, for A New Hope, we just saw the only flying around level, and it was pretty good. So, if this is a different flying around level, it's going to be interesting. They animated the cutscenes to this and everything. I mean, these levels were ready to go. In fact, they may have even been included in specific certain versions of the game. So, I mean, that is as finished could be. Whether or not it plays well and whether or not it's a good level is a separate thing completely. Typically in games you don't get levels left out. They get used somehow. You do something to them to fix it. Okay. This is strange. We're playing as Darth Vader, and it's the opposite side of the story. That's cool, I guess. So we're getting shot at by the rebels, and we just have a stormtrooper following us. Let's see. And we are freeing C-3PO, or are we uncapturing him, or what? This is a little confusing. This is only speed puzzles. There we go. So now we can play as C-3PO, which would be weird, because you're assuming C-3PO wouldn't listen to Darth Vader. But maybe he would. I mean, for all we know, C-3PO and R2-D2 are programmed to listen to him regardless of their potential feelings. Here's another Lego thing where you'd spell Lego. Is there anything else here? Or can I just go ahead and skip this? I think I can just go ahead and skip this. The concept of having Lego in the story mode sections is a little too silly, but not terrible. This almost feels like it could have been a prototype level to sell the idea of making this game. Do we really need two doors right next to each other? Well, I'm gonna have to make my decision as to which way I want to go. I guess we'll always go right. Why not? So you can see there's a lot of corridors we're just following down this way. There's Leia and R2-D2 right there. So that's probably going to end the level and make it a little bit, then it would be a little short. Well, unless this is some kind of fantasy section. Let's see, what is this build? What does this thing build? Some kind of centrifuge, it looks like. Or gravity. Push people up. And you have to spin it each time to get up to that point. It's a kind of interesting thought. It doesn't quite work perfectly. Yep, I can definitely see the environments aren't diverse enough in this level. And this is the other side of the story where she gives the tape to R2-D2. So now I can play that level in free play if I wanted to. But better yet, now I have Darth Vader. Which, that is very nice. So I lucked out there by playing this level. Now that I have Darth Vader, I can interact with anything that requires a Sith. And because I have Jango Fett, I can interact with anybody that requires a bounty hunter. So we have fixed everything now. I do have to go back and play all of these again, and we still need some more gold bricks for that. Let's see. Run out this way. We are still looking for the bounty hunter though. There is a trick, however, you can do if you need a bounty hunter. You can just start any level as the bounty hunter and exit. And I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. So we'll just quickly run into 1-1 here. We go to free play and we choose Jango Fett. So now you just exit to Mos Eisley's Cantina in a second. That's all you have to do. So we have R2-D2, a Jedi, a Sith, a child, a high jumper, which is always Jar Jar Binks, R2-D2, and C-3PO. As everyone you need, but the other one that might help is if you had a stormtrooper. That would help too. If you had a clone trooper, not stormtrooper. Yeah, well they are stormtroopers too, aren't they? If you had one of those, that would be nice too. So I probably should spend the extra currency and unlock one of them. I think I may even have one of them. So Jango Fett can fly. If you double tap A, you will fly immediately. I don't think he runs out of fuel. Well, yes he does. Which is great. But Bounty Hunter does not get us in there, unfortunately. That doesn't unlock until the end of until we've done everything in story mode. So, we are set now. I've got some work to do, and then next time we do the Empire Strikes Back, and then we only have Return of the Jedi. That's right, right? yeah, Empire Strikes Back is where we will start next recording that you see of me, but in the meantime I am going to go get all the gold bricks, which is going to be a miserable experience. I'm just going to play every single level over and over again, banging my head against it until I beat it. This action is really only for the completionists, those that really feel the need to get 160 gold bricks. I would say if you just want to play the story mode, you're fine with a Lego game. Uh, but or if you just wanted to get all the collectibles that warrant the gold bricks, you'd be fine. But gold bricks are the total of everything, and it's gonna be a lot of work that you really shouldn't have to do. Anyways, though, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.